Okay, well, we're back in the shop. A couple camera angles didn't work out, so what I plan to do is show you a little bit what I did with the truck, but basically I won't give you the rundown just because I'm running out of time. I have a doctor's appointment today. I am trying to get some quick content for you guys, but at the same time try to show you guys a little bit of what's been going on. So I didn't get any of it on camera because I had some friends and family over. But basically, we got the transmission ripped out, we got the exhaust system ripped out, most of the wiring harness is undone, the vacuuming system's undone, all the fluids have been drained, gear lube out of the gearbox, oil out of the motor, coolant out of the radiator, fan's been removed, distributor's been removed, plug wire's been removed. Basically, we got one wire, two bolts, and the motor's ready to be ripped out. Before we do that, we're going to pull off the grill and possibly the front bumper. And I'll show you guys the reason why once we get later into the video. So I'm going to turn you guys around now and we'll get started. Okay, so got you guys up on the stand. I got the garage door shut to kind of help with the glare a little bit. And what we're going to need to pull the grill off is a Phillips screwdriver. And there's two bolts or two screws over here. And some of mine doesn't go in, but there is one right here. There's one over here. There's one on that side and two over there. And then you have one up top, one over here, so three on this side and three on that side, basically. So let's go ahead and get started and pull it off. Like I said, I don't have all my screws in, so I will be taking out fewer screws than you would be. Just so you know, that's why it kind of looks a little different than probably if you're working alongside me. It's probably why you have more screws than I do. But I did show you where all the screws are. Just make sure. Yep, all my screws are taken off. So now I can. Actually, I have one more. There is one right here. I had a feeling I had another one. Once we get this screw out, we can go ahead and remove the grill, and then we can go ahead and start on the bumper. So there's our grill. Let's collect our screw so we don't get any flat tires. That's never a fun job. So I'll just set that off to the side here and color it. Good enough. Now I like to keep all of my screws and everything, all my bolts and everything on all the rigs I'm working on together. If you have a bench, keep them separately. I do that, but I'm just throwing them all in a bucket because I basically know where they all go. So you always want to keep your bucket side close by. That way you can just throw stuff in it. So next thing we're going to need is we're going to go ahead and take off the hood holder, and that's two 10mm bolts. I would prefer to use a ratchet on this if I were you, but it is your choice. You don't have to. And I should have one. Oh, it's in the truck from when I took the shifter out. See, when you guys come along, you can actually see all this not so fun stuff to do by yourself. So, like I said, two 10s. I only need to go a couple turns if they're not bad, and they'll come right off. And you can just do it by hand. And what I do with these is I just remove the hood holder, and then I put the plate that holds it down and the nuts and bolts right back onto it because it's not really in your way. You could put it in the bucket if you want to, put it in your part shelf, whatever you decide to do, but this is just what I do. And we're going to take that and just put that out of the way with the other one. Okay, so now there are two bolts, main bolts, I want to say. I'm bringing you guys along with on this one. First thing you're going to need to do is, you don't need to pull these out, but you can if you want to. I'll show you another trick, that way they stay in the bumper and stay intact. Is come right up to your wiring harness and find the one that leads down through the hole into the bumper. I'll show you there. Or through the core support, not bumper. That leads down to the bumper. So we're just going to undo this clip real quick. Well, you guys basically get the idea. I'm going to show you the rest, and then you guys can see me do it on camera. There is, I think this is a 17mm bolt, I'm pretty sure. And there's one right there, and in the same spot on that side. And then, right on the other side, give me just a second. Let me see if I can turn my camera or my flashlight on. You can kind of see it, but not really, even with the flashlight on. But there's another 17mm right here on the side going into the frame from the light on both sides. So on this side, on the driver's side, and the same thing on the passenger side, but on this side of the light. Okay, so the other thing I forgot to tell you is, if your truck has these, that is, on the side of the bumper, there is two 12mm bolts that come right here into the frame. So you'll also have to remove those to get the front bumper completely off. Okay, so while I was off camera, I already showed you where the blinkers connected into the harness. I already disconnected those, and where I told you the 12mm were, this side doesn't have that bracket. That side has been off for a while, so I only have the two 17mm. The two top ones you don't have to remove, you just have to loosen them, and then you can use them as a guide when you put the front bumper back on. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen those. They don't need to be extremely loose, just enough to where the bumper will move freely once you loosen the bottoms. Alright, that should be loose enough. Now we're going to go ahead and climb down here where I showed you where the bottom bolt was in the bumper. We're going to break that loose. And this one you actually need to remove all the way out. No, I do not have any power drills, so we have to do this the long way. I'll probably edit this, since you probably don't want to see both. Well, no, actually no, I won't edit this. I'll leave this one up just to see how much work you guys actually want to see people do. So this bolt is removed. There's that 17mm. And we'll just throw it in our bucket. And if you want, you can put them back in. It's not that big of a deal. And you just move to the driver's side and do the same thing. Probably want to brace the bumper up just to make sure it doesn't fall on you at the same time of doing this. apparently this one wants to be a little tight. Usually when they're this tight, you probably want to use some UV blaster or some kind of lubricant to kind of help it come in and out better. I'll probably put some on when I put the bumper back in. And there's the other 17. Now we can go ahead and remove the front bumper. So just grab hold of it in the middle, a couple little shakes. Alright, so we need to loosen this 17 just a little bit more on this side. I'll loosen it a little extra, just make sure we have that extra clearance. Other side's already off of the bolt. And slide it around. There's your front bumper. So we'll just set this off to the side for now. Set it back here. Okay, next thing that I want to do, probably the next episode, we'll do the headlights and the fenders. But for right now, we're going to finish this episode with taking these off. And probably in the video after that. Okay, so come down here. There is two 10mm nuts and one 10mm nut up top. And then this bar will come off. So let's grab our 10mm ratchet. We just had it a moment ago. Oh, here it is. So one on the bottom, or two on the bottom, one up top. And these you can just go ahead and put back on so you don't lose them. But they're just basic 10mm. This truck actually has a lot of 10mm bolts and 12mm bolts on it. Oh, so this is the 12. So there's two 10s on the bottom and a 12 up top. Alright, so let's grab the 12mm, which I already had prepared for this situation. Nope. Okay, so is that 11mm? Okay, so let's try 11. Let's grab a wrench, see that's the size. Okay, so I guess it's 11mm up top. Every once in a while you'll run into an 11, which is kind of weird with 10s and 12s and 14s being the common bolts on this truck. Alright, so once that's off, it should just come right off, but okay, so I'm guessing it's one piece on here. So we'll just put the 11 back on and use the two 12s and remove the whole latch because I want to remove it anyways. So I'm just going to put the nuts back on the bolts down here. Okay. So these are two 10s for the hood latch. Oh, it's a bracket that comes to this 10mm bolt on this side. So you just know the whole thing. Most of the bolts, once you loosen up a little bit, you can just twist right off. These ones, I'm probably going to put back in just so I don't end up losing them. I won't leave the cable in the truck this time. I'm just going to disconnect it from the hood latch because that is a pain to get into the truck. I'm just going to let you guys know that right now. So I'll set this over on the parts shelf and we'll put the bolts back into the hole so we don't lose them. Alright, so that's it for this episode. Now you can see the naked front end of the truck basically, and you can see the reason why I pulled everything off and I got to pull the motor out is because I got to straighten everything back out, push everything over here back out, because this is all one piece. So this is going to be quite a bit of work, and I have to be careful because there's some rust that I'm noticing in some areas that I haven't noticed before. So I'm going to be very easy with it. Try to bend it as straight as I can. I'll probably bring you guys along for that. I can't promise that it's going to be any good or you guys should do it. But yeah, I'll bring you guys along just so you guys can join me in the build of our Mazda B2000 long box mini truck. So thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Thank you for watching, and see you later.